Got a bunch of yardage moving down a bridge.
Let's get
I really don't know how much yardage they are. I don't know much about the yardage. 130 some foot long bridge.
I don't think that much. The law started in early. Hopefully not, anyway. Let's start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That word prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day and the many blessings that you pour out upon us. Our Father, we ask you to be in our midst as we work and plan for our county, and let there be unity among us, and let us look to one another with respect and dignity. And all we do, we'll give you the praise and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Are you acting in Randy's behalf tonight?
Yeah.
Jennifer? First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here. And this is your county government at work. Hopefully you do the best job that we can to serve you. Go ahead.
Denzel Potter.
Here.
John Brown.
Here.
Stanley Franklin. Or Stanley Rigsby.
Here.
Brandon Evans.
Here.
Anthony Likens.
Here.
Stanley Franklin.
Here. Sounds like we've got a form in. Need a minute for last meeting. Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Anthony made a motion, we accept them, and John second. All in favor of accepting the minutes? Last meeting? Aye. Let's see, Irene, do you have anything to present to us tonight?
Nothing new, same report, quarterly report.
Well, we missed this last emergency, looked like, didn't we? We didn't get the big snow and the cold weather that, but we've been there and have done that, know how to handle it, don't we?
Yeah. Still got a lot of winter legs though.
Yeah, it's bad, good. Mr. Joe Curd, is he in our crowd tonight? He's a flood and plain person.
He was waiting to hear back from the lady out of Morgan, so he's not gonna be here today.
He'll not be here now.
No.
We had a appointment yesterday morning, but the lady was supposed to come and talk to us, didn't show up, so it was tabled until she does show up. Okay, the road foreman here tonight, he's not here either, is he? All right, Robin, do you want to say anything about their Youth and Wellness Center?
Well, right now, I'm still having problems with the contractors doing some cleanup down there. We don't have any equipment or anything in it right now, but I'm hoping to remedy that soon. I want to try to get some donations and work on trying to get some things for it. I would like to ask the magistrates, if they've not been down there, I'd like to call a meeting, have you all come down, go through it with me. You all might have ideas what we could put in there. Really appreciate the help if y'all could do that, maybe meet someday and have a couple hours to walk through it, because it's a big place and it's going to take some time to walk through. And I can show you some of the issues I'm having with it.
Just let us know when you want to do it.
You all just let me know, because I can be down there in a couple of minutes. So
Okay.
just anytime you all can get together and we can all get down there and just look at it. I can show you some of the issues that we're having. Just a lot of things that aren't cleaned up right now, aren't doing right, but I'm working with John Hayden Codell, trying to get a lot of this taken care of.
There's one aspect of it, if anybody needs any ladybugs, they're down there with the courtyard full, aren't they, Robin?
Yeah.
I never saw so many ladybugs in my life. They're all congregated down there. Okay, I guess we're ready for your report, Ms. Trader.
I'm not ready for a report. I'm still crunching numbers. Connie sent out a email to all the magistrates. Was this what was in it?
Yeah, it's about the vendor claims.
It was about the vendor claims, because to get us through the month, we are looking at $428,998. That's for bills, that's for loan payments we've got coming due, and that's for 2 payrolls. Well, the payrolls for the rest of the month. And the occupational tax is just, it's dwindling in. It's not coming in anywhere. Currently, as of today, we have,
53,000's come in as of today's date.
But that's typical, it usually comes in at the
Yeah, it'll
last
take
of the
till the end of the month.
yeah, and, with that amount being due, we only have 40,000 sitting in the bank. And so, I don't know where we're going from here. I mean, I really don't. It's just, it's a downhill battle.
Well, it can't give it one way, and that's better, is that right?
We hope, from your lips to God's ears. But, I mean, that's pretty much where we stand right now.
And the debt that we have is due on January 20th.
And it totals what?
The loan payments are due on 220,000.
881.80.
That's due on the 20th. Then the payroll will be on the 22nd. And, like I said, we've got 40,000 sitting in the bank. So,
We'll have to give it some attention, for sure.
absolutely.
That lottery was awarded to somebody last night, wasn't that big lottery?
I don't think it was anybody that donated.
Because we wouldn't be sitting here, would we?
Let's see, we have some budget amendments we need a second reading on. Okay.
Do you have budget amendments?
The final one.
The ordinances, yeah, budget amendment 6 and 7 are second readings, and then budget amendment 8 is a first reading. And 3 is the second reading.
3, 6, and 7 is
Don't have to.
second reading. Number 8 is first reading. You hear a motion that we accept these first three? My second reading. Brandon made it. Your second? You need a second, that's... the second reading.
So moved.
John's second. All in favor? Aye. Hold back now. Okay, the first reading on number 8, what is it then?
It's LGBA.
It's coal severance,
Coal severance that's come in.
rescue squad.
Yeah, for them, rescue. And we're just basically a pass-through. It goes into ours and then right back out to
Do you remember what the amount was?
That's right.
Back there?
32%.
3,000, yeah, 3259.29.
You get a motion, we accept that on first reading?
I'll make that motion.
Dylan made it, here second? Second. Anthony second. All in favor? Aye. Hold back now.
And then on top of all these bills, loan payments, payroll, we're still looking at, we gotta pay the road fund back.
Let's see, is that
That's
2 or 250?
250, yeah.
And Connie, you may want to mention about the occupational tax and the issue with the state.
Yeah, we had we get a pretty good portion from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And we sent in, let me find my email. We sent a notice to them that they received on October 16th that the occupational tax was raised November 1st to 1.5%. We received an email back that they had to issue it to a third party to make those changes, and that they required a 60-day notification. Therefore, I believe the tax for November was not even taken out until December. So when that comes in, I will have to enter it in and adjust for it, but I will then have to send them a receipt requesting the difference. And that's gonna hurt us, yeah, and it's, no, we won't receive that till next month, or probably
It'd have to
February.
be 60 days from the time you handle it the last
That's
time.
what they require.
That's what they required,
Yeah.
but you sent the notice as soon as we knew.
Yes.
But that wasn't within 60 days of November 1,
Right.
so.
So that's gonna hurt us.
Okay. Before we get into the new business, we've got a guest with us here tonight, from Senator Paul's office, and Charlie Borders, you gonna stand up and tell us something?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Judge. Just had the opportunity to meet the judge here a couple of weeks ago, and I actually became officially on Senator Paul's staff December 14th, so with the holidays and so forth, we're trying to get out to all of our counties and try to be here as often as possible. Obviously, I want to be the eyes and ears for Senator Paul, so if we can take back him to the issue, and I subscribe to the local paper so we can keep up with what's going on there. I live in Carter County. Served in the state senate from 1990 until 2009, and left the senate to go over to become commissioner of Public Service Commission. And in 2012, decided it was time to come home. And about 6 weeks ago, had a call from a congressional office asking if I had any interest in going back to work, taking in specifically Senator Paul's office. Work's on, kind of a bad word, I retired for a couple of years, but my wife and I have been married 47 years, and I said, well, I know she would really like to have that big magic anniversary, 50 years. Our odds of getting there is better if I get back out for the war. I'm here, but I would just say, Judge, that I think from Morgan County's perspective, growing up in an area which I grew up in, a little community called Kitchens, when I got elected to the state senate, we had like 35% of our, in the 6 counties I represented, Carter, Greenup, Lewis, Mason, Robertson, and Bracken counties, we had 35% of our people had water. And when we left there, thanks to Governor Paul Patton, and you may not expect to hear a registered Republican brag on a registered Democrat, but I'm telling you, we've got to work together. And Governor Patton just helped us tremendously. And I hear your budget's situation tonight. When Governor Patton came down, his first budget, we called it scorched earth. We didn't have 2 nickels to rub together, and I was chairman of the Appropriations Revenue Committee. After 2 years, though, we had a nice surplus the next 2 years of his first term, and we were able to do things. So I would just say to be encouraged and hang on. But again, my objective is to be the eyes and ears for Senator Paul, so that there's a federal issue, whatever it might be, that if you will call me, and my cell phone is 606-316-9000, that'll be published in the paper. And my telephone from Washington's on the way, but I know the number, but I don't have the phone yet. So if you ring me, but I can answer it. So I'm just in the process of getting set up. I'll work out of my home. And I have 15 counties, from Mount Sterling on back to Ashland, and then from this direction going on back down through Bracken County, almost to Cincinnati. So it's the Gateway, Five Cove, and Buffalo Trace Area Development Districts. We have a lot of things in common, and here he's talking about a little bit of co-severance dollars, working with John Wolf Station, Rocky Agnes, and Junie. Is Senator Blevins Junie? Matter of fact, I think the judge might have shared that with me, so I stopped over to Senator Blevins week before last, and I said, somebody told me you were Junie, and then PBA here this evening told me that again. So, but anyhow, I just look forward to working with you all, and don't ever hesitate to pick up a telephone call day or night, because that's my objective. And by law, I cannot be a politician out campaigning during day hours, so I'm not a campaign person in this instance. I am a staff person to listen, Republican, Independent, Democrat. We're not interested in party registrations. We're interested if there's needs, that are federal issues, that we can help on them, that's what we're here for. Yeah, so appreciate the opportunity of just getting up, introduce myself today.
Back to talking about that water there, Republicans and Democrats both get thirsty, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
You need water to all of them.
Right. Well, I know what, with the storm situation y'all went through up here, my granddaughter, who she's 13 now, just a couple years younger than, she lives down on the Kentucky side of Cincinnati. Oh, she wanted to get up in the worst way, but she had heard us talk about it and so forth. I said, no, we're not going up there for several months because of the devastation you all are trying to go through. We don't need sites here at that point in time. But to see how you all are responding from when we were up here several months later and all the things you're accomplishing. So I know sometimes you feel like you're beating a dead horse in a sense, but just keep up the good work. And again, anything we can work with you. That water, when I was young, there was 7 kids, 9 of us in the family. We didn't have any indoor plumbing. You had an outhouse, went to a one-room school, lived on a dirt road. Water's a wonderful thing.
Really is, really is. We thank you for coming.
Yes, sir, glad to be here. You'll see more of it. You'll see more of it than you probably want to.
Well, you're liable to be hearing from us too.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Sure. Okay, we'll move on into our new business then. Mr. Van Cleve, you wanna make your presentation to us?
I'd like to have my page deputy back to work. I need him, and I need him desperately back to work. And because you know how the coroner's office is, one day you might be in Frankfurt or Louisville. We need a deputy while I'm gone. And I'd like to ask that we get him back to work, where I can feel safe and not have any convictions when I'm away, that I got somebody to take care of the job when I'm gone. And I'd like to see if you can get him back on the payroll.
We'll take it under consideration. I won't promise that we can do it, but we'll try.
So I think that we ought to, he's been working ever since that he was laid off because there's nobody else in the county to do it. You have to be certified and all that in order to do it. So I think that we need to consider backing up and paying him for what time he's been off.
Well, I think we may discuss that in our next closed session we're gonna have, okay? Next item on the agenda is the ambulance resignation, the ambulance board. I think Mrs. Campbell's term was up, and she stepped down from the board, and Greg Gullett resigned. I think he just resigned. And the 2 names that came to us to replace those was Esther King and Alan Perkins. And that came about from the board. The recommendations came from them. So
I make a motion, we approve the 2.
Second.
Anthony and who's that? John
Second.
Denzel. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, Mr. Miles, you want to present the roadblock for Maytown?
Yeah, as you all know, that we've had a lot of people that want to put gates up and a lot of people that don't want the gates put up, and it's been kind of crazy this my first year in office. We have up in Maytown, there's an issue. There was a gate put up that blocks access to a house, actually a couple houses, I think. We have determined that it's not a county road. I had Lynn B. Go take a look at it and kind of figure it out that it's not a county road, it's never been a county road. The issue is then who owns it. Usually when people have a land dispute, I basically tell them, well, you're going to have to go get a survey and you're going to have to go fight it out in civil court, okay? This is a little bit different because it has to do with possible criminal charges, okay? There was a gate that was put up If it was put on somebody else's land, then that would of course be trespassing. If the gate subsequently disappeared, so if the person put the gate on his own land rightfully, then somebody stole it and it was theft by unlawful taking. So basically what we need to do is figure out who owns the land in order to figure out who's at fault here. I've talked to Joe Curtin and I've talked to you, Stanley, about commissioning him to just kind of go out there and give us a report on who owns this small stretch of land. Usually when you have surveys, y'all know they're pretty expensive. I don't think this would be one of those. I think that this would be, at most a few hours worth of work, okay? So I think that he's going out there taking a look at it and basically go from there. We do have called a special prosecutor to take a look at the charges because both of these people were supporters of mine basically on both sides, and I don't want to show any favoritism to anybody. So that's kind of what we're doing is we would probably need the fiscal court to okay Mr. Kurd going out there and doing the work, and then whatever he might charge for such service.
Do I hear a motion that we contact Mr. Curd and put him in charge of this situation?
Can the county pay to survey non-county owned property?
Well, as I said, usually it's always going to say that, hey, y'all just need to get your own attorneys and fight over the land. People fight over land all the time. This is different, okay, because in order, there's a crime that's happened, okay? Somebody's done something wrong. In order to find out who's done something wrong, we have to do an investigation. Usually, the police do this investigation for free. I mean, they're paid by the state and all that. There is no survey police, okay? So in order to find out who has done something wrong, who's broken the law, we have to figure out that one simple fact is who owns this one piece of property right here, okay? I can't, I'd like to be able to give it to KSP and then go out there and, do an investigation and tell me who done something wrong, but they don't know. I don't know, I can't read the map, the KSP can't read the map. We need somebody that's trained to tell us whose land it is. And as I said, it's not a full survey. He's not actually drawing anything out. He is taking a look at the old deeds, taking a look at the known maps, and just saying, this piece of property right here is owned by party X.
Once again, I'll ask if we hear a motion to instruct Joe Curd to look into the matter.
Do you think it's county property, Miles?
I don't think it's county property, no. I asked Lynn B., he said that it's never been county road. We haven't maintained it as long as he can remember. He's never done anything to it. I know a few private parties around there have graded it and stuff like that. As I said, there's ongoing criminal kind of investigation right now, and we have a special prosecutor coming in, but they're going to need this information to go forward with any case. Otherwise, we're stalled.
But
and
if it doesn't belong to the county, then why should we get involved?
Because there was a crime that was committed, and we have to figure out who committed that crime. Usually, as I say, it's just all done by police because police have investigators, but police don't have survey investigators.
Well, if we find out who committed the crime, then can we seek restitution to pay back?
Oh, yeah, and that's what happens in 99% of cases is that, once we figure it out, then we'll make the party pay for what we had to pay. And as I said, I actually think this is a pretty cheap job.
Right, yeah.
But yes, that would definitely be in any negotiated plea that they would do.
What's the chances of collecting that?
I think it's pretty good. We collect jail recoupment. Most counties don't do that. Every county but us and Fleming don't do that. We collect that pretty good. We're pretty good at code checks, and we're #1 in the state at collecting child support. So usually people would rather pay a few $100s than face going to jail for a very long time. So it makes it pretty easy to recoup most of these things.
But this is not gonna help the county either way, I mean,
We're gonna reduce crime by preventing it in the future. A crime's been committed, either it's trespassing or it's theft. If we can't determine which, then whoever did wrong gets to go free. And this area has how do I say this? There's already been guns drawn, okay? So this is, in order to keep Maytown safe, I think it's in the county's best interest to determine who owns this land and to charge the person who done something wrong. And as I said, 99% of the time, you're gonna get that money back.
Any more discussion?
Do you have any idea, Miles, how much it would be? I mean, just to...
I was hoping Joe would be here tonight. I have no idea. When you do surveys, you do a full survey, $30,000. You do a line draw, that's $3,000, whatever. This is drive to Maytown, look at a few deeds, write a half-page report, kind of deal. And, if you want, I'm sure we could ask Joe how much he thinks it would cost and get a quote beforehand. I mean, that's a smart thing to do, I think.
How many different families are involved in this? Just two, or is it more than two?
Right now, three. You got a renter, you got a landlord, and you got another property owner.
But not any of the three wants to take the other two to court to try to settle it that way, or?
Right now, we are trying there. Usually when those things happen, that takes months, possibly even years. These crimes have happened now, okay? I lose jurisdiction over something 365 days after it happened. So, if it takes a survey and a civil court case and all that stuff, you're going to lose the ability to prosecute somebody. I mean, it's up to you, but I can tell you if we don't have this done, then somebody gets away with a crime. So, it's up to you all.
I'm a little bit unclear on what it comes down to the county, by not being our road now, nor never has been claimed our road, our involvement in it, other than somebody pulled a gun on somebody and somebody tore somebody's gate down.
Well, the
county seems like a civil matter to me. Am I wrong? Tell me if I am.
99% of the time it is. 99% of the time it is a civil matter, okay? But part of the money that Morgan County gives me to be county attorney is the prosecution of cases. It is jail recoupment. It is going out here and getting our store owners their money back on code checks. It's these things. So under that direction is what I'd say Morgan County has an obligation, is to keep crime from happening. And trust me, if I could get something from the state, if you have DUI cases, Prosecutors Advisory Council would send me all the experts I needed. If it was a child support thing, we would go through and get an addition on our contract. If it was a bunch of other things, this falls into prosecution of a purely local matters, what PAC looks at it as. And so either the county would pay for this survey, or we just don't do it and nobody ever gets charged. It's similar to if you have a district court, if you have somebody that needs a competency hearing, okay, and they have a right to get their own, and if they're poor, if they're indigent, then the county has to pay for that, okay, and those are $10,000. So we've been lucky enough not to have too many of those that Morgan County's had to pay for. But sometimes it becomes necessary for, if the county wants to keep crime from happening, or to punish, wrongdoers, that gotta pony up every now and then.
Well, it's my suggestion that we get Joe Curd involved in the situation, and then when he does his report, let him come into the fiscal court. I don't know if we'll have a special meeting between now and then, but come to our next meeting and report to us what he finds and do a finding at that time.
Well, you have to pay him at that point.
Pardon?
I think you're asking for that to be paid for.
Yeah, and I don't.
He's wanting approval for Joe to get paid to do it.
Do it.
Yeah, and I don't know that whole situation. I know he's a Morgan County surveyor. I don't know the rate that he would charge or anything like that. That's really not up to me. I'm just telling you, as a prosecutor, I need this information to see who committed a crime.
Do I hear a motion, we bring Mr. Curd in and talk to him about it before we make any kind of a...
I don't want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, we can talk to Joe first. I agree with
Find out
that.
what the cost
All right, you make a motion to that effect. Sam, second?
Second.
Yep.
All in favor? Hold likewise. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's your all's decision. I'm just telling you what I need. It's your all's decision.
I think we'll have more light on it whenever he goes and survey, or goes and sizes up the situation.
Yeah, and it's always smart to get a quote before you say, hey, go and do the work.
We've had citizens complain that they got a tire damaged over on the Bays Bend Road, and they have asked for restitution for that tire. And I don't, think that we left anything laying out in the middle of the road, somebody ran over, but I don't know how much the tire would cost, or...
I talked to them, and actually I've got a picture and a cost on the tire. County did some work. You see a piece of rebar sticking out right there. And I did see the tire, and there is a puncture hole in the side of it. The cost was, there's a 20-inch tire, so it's going to be about $200. Look at that, pass it around there. I think, didn't Lynn B go out there maybe and take care of that? I think.
Yeah.
It was just something overlooked. It's just a human error. I mean, but I
Short bus one.
think we're responsible for something like that.
Do you want me to keep it for later?
If you want to, that'd be fine. I'll make a motion to pay that.
Motion been made, second, all in favor? I'm the same from that, yes.
And Connie, do you need a PO for that? I think they're gonna get the tire, Morgan Tire. You want us to cut a check to them, or do you want to do that?
Yeah, they would need to fill the Morgan Tire with the
okay.
invoice.
Okay.
Okay, the sheriff's here with his budget to present it tonight, I think. Mr. Anthony, we're glad to have you here.
Each one of you have a copy. I would ask the whole section, the audit, also return the excess fees for the office. Also set the maximum employee salary, include the sheriff's office, participate in state bank.
Your budget was about the same as it was last year?
Same as last year.
Okay.
Been pretty tight, we managed.
Anthony, I think you've done a good job, you and one deputy, and then some more volunteers that's helping, and I know it's tough on you, for sure.
The constable's been doing a great job helping.
You're to be commended of what you've done, and what you got to do with it.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor? Aye. Hold like sign. And you got the budget, for Randy. That is his budget, and it's not an ordinance, is that correct?
Yeah, that's his budget.
We need a motion to approve the Morgan County Clerk's 2016 budget.
I'll make the motion.
Was it close to what it was last year?
Well, he just has the gross deputy salaries not to exceed $180,000.
All right,
Is that more or less?
Close to what it was?
I think it's, if I remember right, I believe it.
That's what I'm thinking, too, about the same.
Give or take a few $1,000, but I remember, I believe it's 225.
You've got a copy of it.
Did we have a motion on that? Somebody make one? Anthony made it, who seconded? All in favor? Aye. Hold like sign. Okay, about the school liaison, Grant Denton, you got something to bring forth, Friday?
Linda Rose, yeah. She's asking her contract to be renewed. I don't think she ever used all of her last year's contract. But
That's a good program.
yeah, it is. I'll make the motion we renew that.
Second.
Motion been made and second, y'all hear?
Who second? Stanley.
Stanley did. All in favor? Aye, you voted for it too over here?
Yeah.
Any questions? You said that was Linda Rose?
Linda Rose.
She's the existing one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, who's got some information about the
You know,
budget workshop thing?
Budget
it's
workshop.
Sandy.
It's at Big Sandy Ed.
February 10th.
Gateway's not gonna have one.
Gateway's not gonna have one. It's at Big Sandy, and it's from 9 in the morning till 12 on February the 10th
And you can get 3 hours of credit.
For free.
for free, yeah.
And they really encourage everyone to come, fiscal court members,
Yes,
treasurers,
who was it I spoke
finance.
to?
It's really good training.
She said we really should encourage the magistrates to go.
February 10th, is it Prestonsburg?
Yes.
Good.
Where's it at? The Big Sandy what?
Big Sandy Ed.
That's like the
Yeah, Big
Gateway Ed.
Sandy Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it to be held at, you reckon Jenny Wiley State Park or
No, it's at that.
that building?
When'd you say it was, the 10th?
Yeah,
Yes,
February 10th.
February 10th.
From 8 to 12.
9 to
9 to 12, but you've got to do registration online. It doesn't cost anything, it gives you all 3 credit hours.
Do you have a web address? It's just on DLG's website,
Oh, is
isn't it?
Yeah.
Or that,
DLG's conducting.
we can email that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know as of today, they still had 33 seats available.
DLG is who conducts it.
Right.
So it'll be like Robert Brown and, or it was in the past, I mean, what'd you say?
Maybe new person.
Roberts, is he still there?
Well, I don't know. I don't know, he's still there. That's who did it in the
Yeah.
past.
Still there, I think he's still there.
Robert Brown? Yeah, he's still there, but he's over, they've reassigned him. We have Carmen.
No, but is he still with the county division?
No, I think Carmen is. I think she's,
I know she's our field rep. I noticed that they did appoint Miss Donahue as SFLO and as SLFO and SLBO.
Right.
So she's both, where Robert Brown was SLFO before.
yeah.
Did she take Mr. Wilder's place?
She did.
Okay, audit committee meeting. We need to make a date for that.
Yep. Who's on it, Connie?
Is it you, are you still on it, or is treasurer you?
The treasurer is.
And I think it's Brandon and Anthony, pretty sure.
Yeah, we just need a time to go over the most recent audit and to talk about changes that need to be made to address the findings.
Come later, me.
We have to make you a date that most everybody can come together.
If you can do it on a Tuesday, Thursday morning, if the narrows it down, could you do that?
I'll be here, but I'll be in UK. Next to delivery. After that, are you going to school or?
No, I've got a daughter-in-law that's ready to have a
Oh, okay. Well, you can set it tentatively, and then if it's
Yeah, then if you can't make it, that's fine.
I work on Tuesday, so
Thursday?
Thursday will be okay.
Thursday morning. Okay, you want us just to email you with a good Thursday
Yeah,
morning
we should
and
do
see if
that,
that's
so I
okay? Okay.
I'll write it down now.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just email
I'll
you.
right on my calendar.
Anthony, is that your first grandchild? About?
You have cigars next week.
Maybe chicken dinner.
Yeah, chicken dinner.
Stanley buying chicken dinner, so it's tobacco.
They wouldn't mind.
Part of it. Oh, I love it.
Employee discussion from the mattress, what is the discussion coming about?
I wanted to see if there was any way that we could put Ronnie Castle back to work at the transfer station. I think he's ready to go back to work, I think. He's had a pretty rough time.
I don't know whether we can put him back to work anyway soon or not. You heard what kind of shape the budget's in.
We have to wait 90
Yeah.
days.
I think he said that the 90 days was good. What he told me. Right now.
There's a period of time in there you have to wait anyway.
I mean, we're not gonna be able to pay our debt payments much less. pay
How
our-
long new people work?
Who did you say that was, Stanley?
Ronnie Castle.
Ronnie Castle.
Okay.
You didn't know which day was
We'll discuss it later on this next session. All right, the insurance premium tax discussion, that has to do with the, insurance that we, I guess it's probably a higher tax than any we've got, except about everybody's got a vehicle. I understand now that it's what, 4.5 is the rate, right? Once upon a time it was 10, sometime or other, a long way. You know anything about it?
There was 10 here, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then it moved back. Yeah.
It started out 10 and then it was reduced, it's been reduced a couple times and then raised back to 4.5 in '08. I found the ordinances from way back when it first started, and they started it out at 10 and then dropped it back and then dropped it again. And
Well, we want to drop it again.
We'd like to raise it a little bit if we could and have a little more income, more
I
revenue.
gave you all
coming
a
in.
breakdown, this is what we collected last year.
You all wanted to talk about insurance premium when you were looking at the occupational tax rate and to see, last year we waited too late.
It has to be done at a certain time before we can even do it, it has to be
It
done.
has to be done by March 31st or March 22nd, a little bit earlier than that.
You just amend your ordinance, if you do your second reading publication, and then everything has to be in to Frankfurt Department of Insurance by March 22nd in order for it to go on July 1st insurance bills.
So we just didn't want to let that pass by without you all thinking about that. And of course, the budgeting process will start again. So.
You say you're looking to increase it, what kind of percentage are you looking at?
And looked at it yet, we don't know what.
Well, I mean,
We need to run some, that sheet we have in front of us, if you double that, I mean, like 4.5, if you move that to 9, then use the double, whatever that is there.
I guess you need to look at your budget numbers
Yeah.
and really get involved in the budget, but I mean, you're probably gonna need to do that even sooner than normal, you know, to know where you need to be and what you're gonna need to do.
We probably need to look at the budget a little closer and then do some projections to see what this is gonna create before we.
So the budget committee, who's the budget committee?
I think it's the same. I think it's the same as the old.
Okay, yeah, you all probably gonna need to get in hot and heavy like now, I'd say. Then the treasurer, I guess, will help you with the numbers.
All right, do we want to table for now till you get some more figures?
Yeah, I'd like to see some projections for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to see what we need, I guess, and what you are planning to do. Because right now, you're probably gonna have to look at, of course, the budget needs to be, you know, first reading. You're gonna need to look at what you wanna do with the occupational tax and what you wanna do with the insurance premium tax. See what revenue that generates and see what you have to do in order to even balance the budget. So it's gonna be an overall, I think, thing you're gonna need to look at.
Do I hear a motion that we take this under consideration at this point and before we move further?
Let's vote on that, do we?
Nah, you probably need more people.
All right. Okay, we'll look into it and see what it's going to create. How much? Okay, I guess, the other, next business is I hear motion that you have a closed session.
Second.
You need to say what for,
and
68, whatever.
Yeah, this would be for the Wellness Center option and I guess our progress that we need to accomplish on getting the Wellness Center open. Is that it?
Personnel issues.
No, this was about personnel issue.
Well, we have to end up, remember we were talking about the building inspector.
Yeah, but there's two things that need to be discussed.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Right.
So is it for personnel issues then?
And.
And, what I said.
Okay. So did everybody say yeah?
Did I hear a motion we can go back into the regular session?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Aiden second, Andrew John, all in favor? Aye. Okay, the personnel issue that was raised by Raymond Van Cleve. Do I hear a motion that, about it, his hire that he wanted to do?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Other items that we have talked about is the road closing over Maytown. Joe Kurt's going to look into that. What's our finding there? Let's see. What was the other? Miles, you want to say?
Well, we had
about your
talked-
ARH deal?
No, I think that right now we're just in a negotiation with them. I don't really think that, I don't think that we want to tell our side of it in public until we actually have the stuff signed.
All right, what else? Anything else you wanna?
Oh, there was a few things. But no, you should probably just keep it, those private for now because they could turn into legal matters and I don't want to show our hand before the showdown, you know what I mean?
Okay, anything else anybody want to talk about before we quit? We decided to look at figures on insurance, see what we're talking about, what revenue will be raised from what we do by moving rates, what percentages, just to where we can raise more money, more revenue for our budget. So, anything else?
Approve the bills.
Yeah, we have to approve the bills. Right here, motion to approve up bills. We got, presented.
So moved.
John, so moved. Who else? Second?
Second.
All right, Stanley, second. All in favor?
Can I say something?
Bonnie, need you?
Yes,
Since
ma'am.
we only have 40,000 in the account, you all will have to direct me on what to pay and what you want to do with the debt. It's due on the 20th.
Okay. And it is how much?
200.
220, but then right after, the day after, there's payroll. But we can keep you updated as the taxes come in. I can do that on a daily basis, but, you know.
But as of right now, we don't have enough money to pay our debt,
No.
so we need to
No debt, no.
come up with a plan of action because they may impose penalties and interest if we don't pay it.
I'm sure they will. Anybody got any suggestions they want to make about it? We need to get this insurance situation so we know what that would produce, and that would be oncoming on down the road, but that wouldn't take effect the 1st of July, would it? That's correct?
That's 1st July, that's not.
And that's too far, that wouldn't help this situation, for sure.
But, you probably need to start scheduling budget meetings like now, I would say,
We need to
regularly to get that hashed
see what's
out.
gonna take place. I would say that we need to pay need to be paid the worst, and if we've got any money to pay with. And then, what we'll do.
Yeah, I mean, that's a decision the finance officer nor the treasurer can make. I mean, the monies, they'll just have to probably call you all in every time to pay the bills with what money we have. What's due right now, today? I mean, that you would absolutely have to pay with that $40,000.
I would say the debt's first.
That'll be the first thing, so you'll be getting maybe hopefully some more money and you'll just have to let them know how much you get in.
That would be my first priority, is to pay the debt. Would you think so?
Well, and then I thought maybe somebody should call KFL and say, hey, you know, we're having a little difficulty here. Can we wait until the 31st? You know, and maybe talk to them, see if we could negotiate something so that we could wait till we get our full occupational tax monies in.
For that month.
You know, for January 31st. So you might want to, if Connie wouldn't mind to call, would you all want her to?
Somebody will have to get in touch with them.
Yeah, because I mean, if you don't send it, and you make no effort to talk to them about it.
Right.
Should we have a motion to that effect, that we authorize Connie to contact them and see if they'll wait till the 31st on us?
I'll make that motion.
Central made the motion, second.
Yeah, second.
Brandon, second. All in favor?
We didn't get a copy of the budget for this month.
No, I don't have the bank recs completed. I've worked on them all day today.
Anything else?
Up to over 10 days late.
I mean, I just think it's better to call them and work it out, and then, you know, hopefully they'll work with you, hopefully.
Right.
I would think. I think it's Betty White or somebody down there.
It is. We've got the US Bank and we've got one through Magnolia.
Of course, then, but they're just the person that we deal with, but Magnolia Bank would have to agree to it. And I hope that's not the one that.
It is.
Is that the one that?
The library, Series
Imposed
A.
the penalties that one time?
Well, no, the biggest one we need to go first is that library series that's come in that has to go back out.
180,000.
181,000.
Yeah, we got the money for that. It was a library.
Yes.
On archives. They made the payment to us.
Yes.
That money really should not have been spent.
That's exactly
It should have
right.
been reserved for this payment. So, you know, that really should be sitting there. It should have never went out. Of course, we wouldn't have had money to pay for the other bills. But the, you know, so. It's just a bad situation all the way around.
Yep.
But I guess, you know, she'll just keep you up to date on what gets paid and if it can get paid. Then you all have to make the hard decision of what not to pay.
We have to come back
And
every other day and have a meeting about it. If we do, we will. Anything else? Hear a motion, we adjourn? Stanley made a motion to adjourn, second? All in favor? Aye. Then we'll,